When I was 5, my family attended a church, and my parents became very close friends with the pastor and his wife. My parents, obviously, because he was a pastor, and the relationship that they had built, trusted him. So my parents asked him to pick me up after school. I was in kindergarten, and he picked me up from school when my mom and dad were working, and my sister is a year older, so she was still in school. I came home about an hour and a half before she did, and during that time, he molested me numerous times. I'm not sure how many times or how long it lasted. I got pretty sick. Mom and Dad didn't know what was going on or what happened. Mom took me to her doctor, and he knew right away that I had herpes. So they started asking questions. She's 5. Why does she have herpes? What's caused it? What happened? And they found out I was sick first, and then started putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and obviously discovered that I had been abused, and that the abuse was pretty severe. They questioned my dad, and that was pretty hard for the family, because he's such a great daddy, and he would never do anything to hurt me or my sister. And this pastor was the only other person that I would have any alone time with. Pretty soon after that, I started talking to a counselor, and through a series of questions that she asked me, she knew right away who it was. You know, there are a few men in your life that you really feel like you can trust. For me, my daddy, you know, your pastor's supposed to be a safe place. Your husband is supposed to be a safe place, you know, but more than anything, this godly influence, you know, your pastor, and we're not supposed to put our faith and our trust in people because we all fail, but when this person that was placed in your life to teach you about the Lord and so greatly damages your soul and your heart and your worth, your faith, it shakes everything. Maybe not more so than if it was just anybody. But for a man who stands up in front of a congregation and claims Jesus and preaches him and teaches him and then takes advantage of an innocent little girl, and it shakes you. It's hard to handle. It makes you question the sincerity of most people. My husband and I went to dinner once at a place, the Chinese restaurant where they cook in front of you, and that was a place where my family went with his family. And though I don't remember the abuse, I specifically remember being at that restaurant with him, and that's a trigger, and that's hard, and it brings all the emotions and all the realness of what happened back, and that's, in a way, that's hard to deal with because so many of the details are so blurry for me. I sat with a counselor and I was able to tell her everything. However, I still don't remember it, but I have this physical, you know, this sexually transmitted disease that I live with every day that's a constant reminder. And some people don't have frequent outbreaks, and for some reason I have very frequent outbreaks, and so it's a constant reminder of him and the abuse and the trauma that not only I but my family went through as a result of what he did. And you think you get to a point where you dealt with it. You're just like, okay, this is the last battle that I'm gonna have to conquer, and I'm gonna be okay. Like, all my scars are healed, you know, I feel free of this, and then something else happens that just makes it fresh and new and so real again. And 21 years later, you're still dealing with the effects of a decision that somebody made so many years ago.